that since Christ was raised from the dead, he cannot die again. Death no longer has mastery over him. The death he died to sin once and for all. But the life he lives to God. So in other words, what the Bible is saying is that Jesus ain't going to die on the cross again and again and again and again. And it seems like sometimes when we going through situations, we had him dying all over again. Why do you say that? Because we're not believing what he did. And then it'll have us saying, Jesus, can you pay my rent? Jesus, can you heal my body? See, now we asking him to do what he did again, because the Bible says he already did it once and for all. That's when we have to put our mindset in a place to say, I'm going to believe God and believe what Jesus did on the cross for me, that is good enough for me. That is good enough for me that I'm going to have to trust him in the midst of this situation. And this situation what I'm dealing with is a tight situation. But I choose to believe what he did, he mastered it all. Amen. He broke the powers of it. Come on, my struggling, my going through, he mastered it. And so what I got to do, I got to believe that Jesus already got it worked out. I just got to get into a place with him to see how he want to work it out. See, we got to be in a place to just say, you know what? Jesus, I give you my problems. I give you my situation, the thing that I'm going through right now, my job, I give it to you. And when you give it to him, now, God, I need to get into a place with you. Show me what it is that you want to do for me on my job. How are you going to make my enemies to be at peace with me? How are you going to have these people that they're going to get off my back and that I can go to work and do what I need to do? See, that's going to take you going to him in prayer, because I don't gave him the situation. And now I got to get on my face and I got to get quiet before the Lord and hear what he's saying. See, the problem is we want to give it to him, but then we want to go back and tell Darlene about it. Mm-hmm. And that ain't helping me. Darlene can't help me with this. Mm-hmm. It's bigger than Darlene. Yes. And he's saying, if you're going to give it to me and leave it there. So then when that enemy come and you go to job and they seem like they messing with you, you go in the bathroom, you tell that devil, oh, you's a liar because I gave it to the Lord. No, you not going to take me back to that same place. No, it ain't going to be chaos today. It's going to be peace today. So Lord, I'm giving you my enemies. I'm giving you those who tried to be a stumbling block in my way. See, because when those thoughts came back to your mind, you telling the devil, Jesus already died on the cross and I ain't got to deal with this situation no more. So now I gave it to him, and now you're not going to have me to pick it back up. Because see, when I go and I tell Darlene about it, I won't pick it back up, and now God said I can't do nothing because now I don't gave it to Darlene. Now I'm frustrated. Now I'm mad and I'm upset because I feel like, God, why you ain't helping me? And he's saying, because you ain't believing what I did. I died once and for all for you, but you started trying to have me to die all over again because you don't want to believe what I did on the cross for you. Come on. God, I'm so tired. Why do I keep going through the same situation all over again? How come I keep going around the same situation with men and women? I'm going around the same problem over and over and over again. He said, because you ain't gave it to me. He said, sometimes people sit up that time and they don't give it to the Lord, but then time you get up off your knees in prayer, you pick the situation and you're talking about it again. He said, you keep picking it back up. And see, we got to understand, he said, that's why he said in verse 10, it said, the death he died to sin once for all, but the life he lives to God. He said, in that same way, count yourselves dead to sin, but alive to God in Christ Jesus. He said, therefore, do not let sin reign in your mortal bodies, so that you obey its evil desire. Check that out. Why do you think he put that in there Therefore, do not let sin reign in your mortal bodies, so that you obey its evil desires. Why do you think he said that?
Because if you let sin reign, it's going to take over.
How do you let it reign?
Continue